today's hyper-stimulated world, the ability to retain semen for even a month seems like an insurmountable challenge for most. The root cause lies in the overstimulation of the mind and senses. The average individual is bombarded with explicit content, social media distractions, and indulgent lifestyle choices that create a continuous cycle of dopamine spikes. This makes self-control a rare trait, as the brain is conditioned to seek instant gratification rather than long-term fulfillment. The ancient wisdom that emphasizes restraint has been drowned in a society obsessed with indulgence. Moreover, the modern diet and lifestyle contribute significantly to the struggle of retention. Processed foods, artificial stimulants, and lack of essential nutrients weaken the body's natural energy reserves, leading to an excessive urge for release. Without proper nutrition, the body struggles to retain and transmute energy, making self-discipline even harder. Additionally, poor sleeping patterns and chronic stress further deplete one's ability to harness and control this vital force. Another overlooked factor is the lack of a strong purpose or higher calling in life. Many individuals fail to retain because they have not found a compelling reason to do so. Without a sense of direction, discipline becomes meaningless, and the desire for pleasure easily overpowers self-control. Ancient sages and warriors retained their semen, not just for health benefits, but to channel their energy toward a greater mission, whether spiritual enlightenment or mastery in their craft. Lastly, society has normalized excessive indulgence in sexual desires. Mainstream narratives encourage instant pleasure and dismiss the idea of retention as unnecessary or even unhealthy. This conditioning weakens an individual's resolve before they even begin their journey. Those who attempt retention often lack proper guidance, falling into cycles of relapse without understanding the deeper spiritual and psychological mechanisms at play. Understanding the spiritual reservoir. Semen is not merely a bodily fluid. It is a condensed form of life energy, often referred to as ojas in yogic traditions. In every ejaculation, the body loses not just sperm, but also essential nutrients, enzymes, and a tremendous amount of pranic energy. This depletion weakens the body, mind, and spirit over time. The energy that could be used for mental clarity, physical strength, and spiritual awakening is instead wasted on momentary pleasure. Retention is about preserving and redirecting this energy for higher purposes. On a neurological level, semen retention strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for willpower, decision-making, and self-discipline. Each time one resists the urge to release, the brain rewires itself to prioritize long-term goals over short-term pleasures. Over time, this leads to increased focus, higher motivation, and the ability to manifest greater aspirations in life. Ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience align in proving that self-discipline leads to mastery over mind and matter. Spiritually, semen retention unlocks deeper states of consciousness. When energy is preserved, it rises through the chakras, particularly activating the third eye and crown chakras. This process, known as transmutation, enhances intuition, wisdom, and spiritual perception. Those who practice prolonged retention often report heightened awareness, vivid dreams, and an increased connection to the divine. This is why many sages, monks, and spiritual masters advocate for sexual transmutation as a path to enlightenment. However, the process is not merely about retention. It is about energy circulation. If semen is not properly transmuted, it can lead to frustration, aggression, and internal imbalance. This is why ancient practices like Kundalini yoga, breathwork, and meditation are essential in guiding the energy upwards. Without proper channeling, retention alone can become a burden rather than a tool for spiritual growth. The traps of modern retention, common pitfalls and illusions. Many who embark on the path of semen retention fall into traps that prevent them from experiencing its true benefits. One of the biggest mistakes is focusing solely on celibacy without understanding transmutation. Retention without direction often leads to heightened urges, frustration, and eventual relapse. The key is to engage in physical, mental and spiritual activities that redirect this powerful energy toward higher pursuits. Another common mistake is using retention as a means to inflate the ego. Many fall into the trap of seeking external validation, boasting about their streaks, and developing a superiority complex over those who do not practice retention. This not only defeats the purpose of spiritual growth, but also creates an internal imbalance. Retention should be a tool for inner mastery, not an instrument for comparison or arrogance. Many also misunderstand the role of sexual energy in spiritual life. Suppression is not the same as transmutation. Suppressing desires without redirecting them leads to inner turmoil, mental instability, and even physical ailments. True mastery comes from consciously channeling desires rather than forcibly suppressing them. This is why practices like mantra chanting, physical exercise, and creative expression are crucial for maintaining balance. Additionally, modern distractions make retention much harder. Constant exposure to explicit content, overstimulation from social media, and a sedentary lifestyle all contribute to increased urges. Those serious about retention must cultivate an environment that supports discipline. This includes reducing digital distractions, engaging in spiritual practices, and surrounding themselves with like-minded individuals who share the same commitment to higher consciousness. The path to mastery, retention as a gateway to spiritual awakening. The highest goal of semen retention is not just physical vitality but spiritual evolution. In ancient spiritual traditions, retaining one's vital energy was seen as the foundation of ascension. The greatest sages, yogis, and mystics practiced lifelong celibacy to maintain their connection to the divine. However, retention is not about avoiding relationships or demonizing sexuality. It is about conscious mastery over one's life force. One of the most profound realizations in this journey is that sexual energy and spiritual energy are the same. When properly directed, the same force that creates life can be used to elevate consciousness, awaken dormant abilities, and deepen spiritual insight. This is why disciplined practitioners of retention often experience increased charisma, mental clarity, and a magnetic aura that others can sense. Meditation and breathwork are essential tools for unlocking the full potential of retained energy. Ancient yogic practices like pranayama and kriya yoga help guide the energy from the lower chakras to the higher centers of consciousness. Without these practices, retention can become a struggle rather than a blessing. Those who integrate spiritual techniques into their daily routine find that retention becomes effortless, as the mind is focused on higher states of awareness rather than base desires. Ultimately, true mastery comes from a deep inner commitment rather than external validation. Those who succeed in semen retention for prolonged periods do so because they understand its deeper purpose. They are not driven by streaks, social trends, or superficial rewards, but by the inner transformation it brings. Retention, when practiced with wisdom and discipline, becomes a sacred journey toward enlightenment and self-realization, strengthening the mind and body. Semen retention is not just about abstaining from release. It is about cultivating discipline in all areas of life. A person who cannot control their urges will struggle to control their thoughts, actions, and emotions. Developing discipline requires small, consistent actions that strengthen willpower. This includes waking up early, engaging in regular exercise, maintaining a clean diet, and adhering to a structured daily routine. These habits create a solid foundation that supports retention and minimizes distractions. One of the greatest challenges to discipline is procrastination. Many individuals struggle with self-control because they do not have a clear vision or a structured plan. Without purpose, the mind naturally seeks comfort, leading to indulgence in fleeting pleasures. Creating daily goals, maintaining a journal, and practicing mindfulness can help reinforce discipline and keep energy directed toward meaningful pursuits. The physical body also plays a crucial role in retention. A weak body leads to weak willpower, making it harder to maintain control over impulses. Strength training, yoga, and martial arts are excellent ways to fortify both the body and the mind. Exercise not only increases physical endurance, but also stabilizes emotions and strengthens mental resilience, making it easier to channel retained energy constructively. Ultimately, discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement. Those who consistently practice self-restraint and direct their energy toward purposeful activities find that retention becomes second nature. Over time, discipline transforms into an intrinsic quality, allowing individuals to unlock their full potential and reach higher states of consciousness effortlessly. The power of solitude, strengthening inner awareness. Solitude is a vital aspect of semen retention that is often overlooked. In a world filled with constant noise, distractions, and external influences, spending time alone helps individuals reconnect with their inner selves. Solitude provides clarity, allowing a person to reflect deeply on their thoughts, emotions, and goals. This self-awareness strengthens the mind and makes retention a more effortless practice. When an individual is constantly surrounded by people or engaging in external stimulation, their energy is scattered. Social conditioning, peer pressure, and the influence of others can lead to unnecessary temptations. Taking time for solitude reduces these influences and creates an environment that supports self-mastery. Activities like meditation, long walks, and silent contemplation help sharpen focus and deepen spiritual awareness. The practice of solitude also enhances creativity. Many of the greatest thinkers, artists, and spiritual masters spent significant time alone to cultivate their genius. When energy is preserved through retention and combined with solitude, it fuels creative endeavors, leading to breakthroughs in thought and innovation. This is why many spiritual traditions encourage periods of isolation as a way to accelerate inner growth. Rather than viewing solitude as loneliness, those on the path of retention should embrace it as a powerful tool for transformation. By spending time alone, individuals gain deeper insights into their purpose, align with their higher self, and strengthen their ability to harness spiritual energy. Transmutation techniques, channeling energy into higher realms. Retention without transmutation can lead to frustration and inner turmoil. When vital energy is conserved, it must be directed towards higher pursuits, or it will manifest as restlessness, aggression, or mental fog. This is why ancient traditions developed techniques to circulate and transform sexual energy into spiritual power. One of the most effective transmutation techniques is pranayama, or breathwork. Controlled breathing exercises help move energy from the lower chakras to the higher centers of consciousness. Practices like nadi shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, and kapalabhati, skull shining breath, cleanse the energy channels and elevate the mind to higher states of awareness. Physical movement, such as yoga, tai chi, and qigong, is another essential aspect of transmutation. These practices help circulate retained energy throughout the body, ensuring it does not become stagnant. When energy flows freely, individuals experience enhanced vitality, mental clarity, and spiritual awakening. Creative expression is another powerful transmutation method. Writing, painting, playing musical instruments, or engaging in any form of artistic creation allows energy to be directed outward in a meaningful way. Many of history's greatest artists and visionaries channeled their sexual energy into their craft, producing extraordinary works that continue to inspire humanity. By incorporating these transmutation techniques, individuals can ensure that retention becomes a source of empowerment rather than frustration. When energy is consciously directed towards spiritual and creative endeavors, it elevates every aspect of life, leading to profound inner transformation. Retention and relationships. Mastering sexual energy and connections. One of the biggest concerns for those practicing retention is how it affects relationships. Many believe that retention requires complete celibacy, but this is a misconception. True mastery is about conscious control over sexual energy, not its suppression. When practiced correctly, retention enhances relationships by fostering deeper emotional connections and increased masculine energy. In intimate relationships, men who retain their semen often exhibit higher levels of confidence, presence, and emotional stability. They are not easily swayed by fleeting desires or external validation, which makes them more attractive and magnetic. Women naturally respond to men who exude controlled energy, as it signals strength and inner mastery. Retention also shifts the focus from mere physical pleasure to spiritual and emotional bonding. By practicing non-ejaculatory intimacy techniques, couples can experience deeper states of connection and energy exchange. Ancient Taoist and Tantric traditions emphasize the importance of redirecting sexual energy within a relationship to cultivate long-lasting passion and spiritual unity. However, challenges arise when one partner is not aligned with the principles of retention. Open communication and mutual understanding are key. Those on this path should seek partners who respect their spiritual goals and are willing to explore deeper aspects of intimacy beyond physical gratification. By mastering retention within relationships, individuals create a powerful foundation for love, trust, and spiritual evolution. When sexual energy is controlled rather than wasted, it strengthens the bond between partners and leads to a more fulfilling and harmonious connection. Retention as a path to spiritual liberation. At its highest level, semen retention is a gateway to spiritual liberation. Many ancient spiritual texts describe the importance of preserving vital energy as a means to transcend worldly limitations. Yogis, monks, and sages have long emphasized that retaining and transmuting sexual energy leads to heightened states of awareness and enlightenment. Retention purifies the mind and body, making it easier to access higher dimensions of consciousness. Without the constant depletion of energy, individuals experience deeper meditation, enhanced intuition, and a stronger connection to the divine. This is why retention is often practiced by spiritual seekers who aim to dissolve the ego and attain self-realization. One of the most profound aspects of retention is its ability to unlock the dormant potential within. Many ancient scriptures mention the concept of Kundalini energy, a powerful force that lies at the base of the spine. Through retention and spiritual practice, this energy can be awakened and directed upwards, leading to mystical experiences and profound inner transformation. However, spiritual retention is not just about abstaining from physical release. It is about embodying a higher way of living. It requires purity of thought, disciplined action, and devotion to a higher cause. Those who walk this path with sincerity find themselves liberated from lower desires and aligned with their true purpose. The influence of diet on semen retention. Diet plays a crucial role in semen retention and the effective transmutation of energy. Consuming foods that nourish the body and enhance vitality ensures that retained energy is utilized for higher purposes. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of a sattvic, pure diet, which includes fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. These foods promote clarity of mind, increase vitality, and strengthen willpower, making it easier to maintain retention. On the other hand, processed foods, excessive sugar, and artificial additives deplete energy and create imbalances in the body. Consuming stimulants such as caffeine and alcohol can overstimulate the nervous system, leading to impulsive behavior and difficulty in controlling urges. A clean and natural diet stabilizes hormones and enhances the body's ability to retain and channel energy effectively. Hydration is another key factor in semen retention. Proper water intake ensures optimal circulation, detoxification, and energy flow. Herbal teas, coconut water, and natural juices can also aid in revitalizing the body and enhancing mental clarity. Avoiding excessive intake of diuretics and acidic foods helps maintain inner balance and prevents unnecessary energy depletion. Ultimately, diet should be seen as fuel for the body, mind, and spirit. When the right foods are consumed, they act as a supportive foundation for semen retention, improving stamina, mental resilience, and spiritual awareness. Making conscious choices in dietary habits strengthens one's commitment to retention and enhances the overall benefits of the practice. The impact of modern society on semen retention. Modern society presents numerous challenges for those practicing semen retention. The pervasive influence of digital media, instant gratification, and hypersexualized content makes it difficult to maintain discipline and focus. Social media platforms, advertisements, and entertainment industries often promote excessive indulgence, creating an environment that discourages self-control and conscious living. One of the primary obstacles is the overstimulation of the mind. The constant bombardment of images, videos, and narratives centered around physical pleasure weakens the ability to retain. The dopamine-driven nature of digital content consumption creates addictive patterns, making it harder for individuals to practice self-restraint. To counter this, it is essential to curate one's digital environment by reducing exposure to distracting and unnecessary content. The fast-paced nature of modern life also contributes to stress and anxiety, which can lead to impulsive behavior and energy depletion. Practicing mindfulness meditation and engaging in calming activities such as nature walks or journaling can help in regaining inner balance. Creating a lifestyle that prioritizes self-growth over external validation strengthens one's ability to maintain retention. Despite the challenges, modern society also offers tools for self-mastery. Online communities, educational resources, and spiritual teachings are more accessible than ever, allowing individuals to stay motivated and learn from others on the same journey. By consciously choosing what to consume and focusing on self-improvement, one can navigate the distractions of modern society while maintaining retention successfully. The connection between semen retention and higher consciousness. Semen retention is not merely a physical practice, it is deeply connected to the expansion of consciousness. Ancient spiritual traditions recognize that sexual energy, when conserved and transmuted, awakens higher states of awareness and enhances one's connection to the divine. This is why many enlightened beings practiced celibacy or controlled their sexual energy to attain profound wisdom and insight. When energy is retained, it amplifies mental clarity, intuition, and perception. Many practitioners report experiencing heightened awareness, increased creativity, and a deeper understanding of spiritual principles. This is because retained energy fuels the higher faculties of the mind, allowing individuals to tap into their inner wisdom and recognize the deeper truths of existence. Meditation plays a significant role in directing this energy towards spiritual awakening. By focusing on the breath, chakras, or higher states of consciousness, retained energy can be harnessed for self-realization. The third eye chakra, associated with intuition and spiritual vision, becomes more active when sexual energy is conserved and directed upwards. Ultimately, semen retention serves as a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms. It enables individuals to move beyond mere sensory pleasures and embrace a life of purpose, wisdom, and inner fulfillment. Those who consistently practice retention with the intent of expanding consciousness will discover profound transformations in their perception of reality and their connection to the universe. Finally, most people fail to retain for a month because they lack the proper understanding, environment, and spiritual direction. Retention is more than just abstinence. It is a profound practice of self-mastery, energy cultivation, and spiritual ascension. Those who commit to this path with sincerity and discipline will unlock extraordinary levels of mental, physical, and spiritual power, transforming their lives in ways they never imagined possible.